Hello everyone, welcome to today's plan with me. This week I'm using a kit by Miss Meow. I believe it is called Escape, but it should be, it'll be in the description box if I've got that incorrect. But it is an absolutely beautiful kind of deserty themed kit with these gorgeous kind of earthy tone browns and pinks and burgundies, and it's just gorgeous. I say desert themed. I could be totally wrong, but it gives a sort of Moroccan vibe to me. And then I just love the leopard print along the strip of washi at the bottom, the top strip of washi. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Before I go into sort of discussing the kit and this week, I just wanted to say that I mentioned in my previous plan with me that I had placed some sticker orders, and basically what I'm going to do is next week's plan with me will be my last plan with me until those sticker orders arrive. And realistically, we're probably looking at about 4 weeks until they arrive at the shipping consolidation service, and then another 10 days to 2 weeks for them to then be shipped to my house. So it'll probably be about a 6-week break from filming Plan With Me's, because I want to use some of those kits in this planner. I don't want to wait until next year to use them. It'll be the longest I've ever not planned, which is going to be really weird for me because I really like doing it every few days. I like to sit down on a Wednesday and a Friday and a Sunday. That's usually the days that naturally I have a few sort of days to fill out in one go. And I'm that's going to be really hard for me to not do that, but I need to do this so that I can use those kits. I've got 2 beautiful kits coming from Panda Bird Design, and one of them in particular has really beautiful vibrant summer colours, and I really want to use that sort of now in this summer period of spreads. So yeah, just to sort of it's not pre-warn, but notify anyone who watches these fairly regularly that there will be a short break after next week's plan with me, and it's nothing to worry about. It's just that I really want to use those kits. So actually, just following up on the whole sticker ordering thing from last week, things did go quite off the deep end. In the end, I really do spiral when it comes to spending and looking at stickers, and before you know it, you've filled 10 carts. So I am having to take a very stern step back from that as well, and make sure I immediately logged out of my Instagram and all that when I realised it was getting a bit out of hand. So everything will be going quite quiet anyway. So it's not a bad time for me to step away from doing YouTube videos for a little bit anyway. So yes, kit is by Miss Meow. Absolutely gorgeous. I did some deco along the top. I still haven't really figured out how I like doing floral deco at the top. I really struggle with date cover deco. I find it really tedious to lay down, and I never really like how it comes out. I can't really explain why, but unless it's just kind of the beautiful strips of garland washi along the top, I just really struggle to be happy with how it comes out. Then in the sidebar, I've used one of the summer Polaroids from Miss Meow, and I've just used a script from Sadie Stickers and then surrounded that by all of the deco that came on the deco sheet. And everything in the sidebar, everything else is Miss Meow. So all of the boxes and habit trackers are from the kit. And then these dainty dot dividers that you're seeing me use here are from Miss Meow. And I have more of those arriving whenever my shipment comes over. There'll be more of those in there. Actually, no, Miss Meow comes directly to my house because I don't have to pay customs fees on anything from Canada. So they'll be here sooner than that. Anyway, I think I've said a million times, Miss Meow has my absolute favourite format of any kit ever. Or excuse the squeaky toy that Wendy's got hold of in the background. The lace frames, the one that you can just see I've laid down there, are my favourite thing ever, ever, ever. I think they are beautiful boxes. They're very delicate and feminine and pretty, and I wish there were 10 of them in a kit. I think they've replaced her scallop circles as my favourite element of her kit. I just adore them. But I was just marking here that I took Wendy to the vet. She, you know what? I'm not going to go into details because it's pretty unpleasant, but she had to go and have something done because she was having toilet trouble. Let's go with that. So I had to take her to go and be looked at there, and they sorted her out. She's been okay since, and they just recommended we add some extra fibre to her food. Then I watched, I like to have things on in the background when I'm working. I just like to have the noise. I don't actually pay much attention. But on this day, I had Source Code, and then day after tomorrow, I don't know why, it was obviously a Jake Gyllenhaal binge that I was going on there. And then I filmed my dashboard plan with me's. I did post 2 of those last week. There'll be 1 more coming at some point. I haven't filmed it yet, but to do December's dashboard, once I get my act together and do that one, that'll be posted as well as an extra video. Then as always, just marking Walk Wendy with the Wellington boots and the script from Paper Trail Plans. Sorry, my mind blanked then. And then we continued watching Only Murders in the Building. I don't know how I feel about this new season. I personally cannot stand Cara Delevingne. I think she just grates on me. She's one of those people like Emma Watson as well. I just really don't appreciate the acting of. I find them quite annoying. So I'm not enjoying this season because I think once you dislike an actor, it's really difficult to see past that. Like I really struggle to watch some of the Harry Potter films now because she's just annoying. So that's a shame for me personally. I'm sure no one else feels quite so strongly about it. But I just thought the first season was much better than I had thought that it was going to be. So I was quite looking forward to the second season, but we will continue through it. I love Steve Martin, so, you know, got that going for it. Then we had an incident on Tuesday whereby whilst I was at work, Wendy got hold of a Lucozade bottle and bit through it, and it went all over the sofa. So orange stain all over the sofa. So as soon as I got home, it was like 45 minutes of pure panic cleaning, stripping the sofa, getting out the vanish, very intense sudden cleaning. And then I just finished up the day with watching Ocean's 13, but honestly the sofa cleaning took up most of our evening. And then of course we couldn't use the sofa for the rest of the evening while we were trying to sort out the cleaning. Then on Wednesday I just wasn't feeling super 100%, so I signed out of work early that day, marked Walking Wendy in the same way. I had boot camp after work. Because I paid for them in advance, it really pushed me to go, otherwise I think I probably would have bailed on it. But actually it's going really well. It's really pushing me to do more. I've just realised I definitely did a workout on Tuesday as well. I did boot camp, but I haven't marked it, but it's fine. And then my sister called me to read out a short story that she'd written, basically like a twist on Snow White. That was the brief that she'd been given, that had been selected to be put into this like big book of stories. So that was really awesome. It was really clever wording that she used. And I was just so proud of her that had been selected. There's a big age gap between us. She's only 12. So it's sort of nice to be able to experience these things as she's, you know, kind of figuring out where her talents lie. It's just so lovely to see and to see what she's enjoying and thriving in. So then on Thursday and Friday, I had a half day on both days. The half day on Thursday was to study because I had an assignment due on the following Monday, and the half day Friday was just to kind of redo Lewis's birthday. So Thursday was really not very interesting. I just studied all afternoon, had my Slimming World weigh-in, and then went to dinner at a friend's with Wendy, and that was really nice. And then on Friday, it was sort of, we dubbed it Lewis Day, so he could kind of choose to do whatever he wanted. We went to a spa that we had to rebook that was cancelled when we both had COVID. He wanted some street food that he'd seen, so we went and we got some samosas. He got chickpea curry thing, and the mango chutney was just insanely delicious. And then next to the place that he bought food, I noticed there was a Swoon, which in the UK, I thought it was only in Bristol. I didn't realise it was a chain, but oh my goodness, it is the most delicious gelato. So we did that as well. And immediately I was like, we're doing that, we're getting the ice cream. Then we both had a nap in the afternoon. We dropped Wendy to a friend's house because then Lewis wanted to go out for ramen to one of his favourite ramen places. So we did that, and it was just such a lovely evening. The weather was perfect all day. It was hot or sunny, but with a breeze. And it was just such a pleasant day. So yeah, he really felt like it kind of made up for how rubbish his birthday was, given that he had to be locked in the bedroom because of COVID. So on Saturday, I took Wendy to meet up with 5 other whippets, and they had the absolute best time. They just ran and played and just loved every second of just being around other whippets. So that was just such a pleasure to witness, and I hope there's lots of those to come because it was wonderful. And it had tired her out for the whole day, so she was so chill all day, which we haven't experienced before. Then we had a couple of our friends over just to have some drinks, and we played a game called Splendor. And it was just a really lovely, chilled afternoon, seeing friends that we haven't seen for a very long time. Then I had to have a nap. I felt quite rough. I think, again, socialisation at the moment just sort of pushes me over the edge if I'm not careful, which is a shame because I still had a lot of studying I needed to do. But then when I woke up later in the evening, I did do a little bit of planning, and then I just binged YouTube Plan With Me's until I fell asleep. On Sunday, I had a bit of a lie-in with Wendy, and then we went to meet her absolute best friend, who's a golden retriever, who's the same age as her, who she met at her puppy training classes, and they just adore each other. So that was a really, really wonderful walk. And again, she was then pooped for the rest of the day, so that worked out really nicely for us. Because I hadn't done any studying on Saturday as I had planned, I had to study all afternoon on Sunday. It was quite intense. It's quite a lot of work to cram into what felt like a very small space, a small amount of time. And then I just painted my nails. I never get to use this sticker because I don't mark it very often, but I did actually paint my nails on Sunday, so I thought it was a good opportunity to mark that. So this is the whole spread. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me. As I say, I will see you in the next one, and then there will be a short break after that. But yeah, see you then.